Salawam Akim. Before I get started with today's lesson, I'd like to say all glory and praise goes to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Sai, Bahashim, Hot Ricard Kadas. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and taught me this truth, and peace and salutation to your Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching this gospel in truth and sincerity. Salawam, I'm your brother Yaash from the GMS Louisiana Saints Camp, back with another lesson on World War III. How all these countries are having confrontations. All right, now America just beefing with China over China's region of land, and America beefing with Russia also, talking about some interference of the presidency. Okay, and all of this is going to lead up to World War III. Amos 3:3, can two walk together except they be agreed? And as you can see, the allies of America, they're getting far away from America, all right, because they're not in agreement. They're not on the same page anymore. So now they're starting to beef and quarrel, which is going to lead into a real war. All right, all of this stuff that they've been doing with the trade war and sanctioning these other countries is gonna come back to bite America in the ass. Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. And who is at peace with America? All these different nations, man. All right. All right, they trying to keep it civil, but America keeps fucking over them. All right, various different ways, and prevail against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Yeah, the same people that's making money off of this bitch, off of America, hey, they're setting up a trap. Okay, when you go into that word wound, that goes into a trap. All right, so the people that you were in league with, that you were allied with, are setting up a trap. Okay, to get you out of here, all right? So they are definitely leaving the dollar alone, definitely getting away from the dollar, and definitely getting away from America, man. All right, and you can clearly see that. All right, and what is this going to lead it to? War. And who is putting this together? All right, Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. See? The Lord is putting war together, man. All right, and that's what time we're living in. We're living in World War III. That's the time we're in. All right, Ecclesiastes 3:3, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. And we definitely in the time to kill, man. Okay, and this definitely being broke down. America, this whole corporation is being broken down. All right, skip down to 8, verse 8. It says a time of love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we're definitely in a time of war, man. And that's exactly why these nations are ganging up against America, man, because they're about to go to war against this bitch. Okay? All right? Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, that's what you're seeing now, man. All of these bickering, this insulting this leader, insulting that leader, man. That's leading into wars, and rumors of wars are coming after that, man. All right, and when you see these they're doing war drills. What do you think they're doing that for? They're preparing for something. Okay. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, all of this must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So even though we see the formation of World War III, we see the formation of famine and pestilence, hey, this is just the beginning. All right, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation. All right, you're going to have race wars and kingdom against kingdom. All right, that's what you see going on right now with this beefing, or on a smaller level, with Putin and Biden and China. Okay, all right, that's what you see going on. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. And there's earthquakes everywhere, man. All right, all these are the beginning of sorrows, and that's what time we're living in. We skip down to verse 12. And because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And these people hate each other. All right, and everybody's against America. All these other nations are against America, man. All right, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna touch America, man. All right, America ain't gonna be able to keep doing this. Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right, who's the Gentiles? All of these nations. Prepare war. Yeah, get ready to fight. Wake up the mighty men. Get your military together. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Okay, beat your plowshares into swords. Okay, so all your agriculture tools, turn them into weapons, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And the weak are saying they're strong because they got ICBMs or they got allies to back them up. Verse 11, assemble yourself and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourself together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And guess what? The angels are working on the leader's mind right now, okay? So they can get into this war, man. All right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahweh, he controls both sides. Verse 12, let the heathens be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, that's in that Middle East region around Saudi Arabia, Syria, okay, around that little region. And for there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about. Yeah, Yahweh Japat, okay, where the Lord is going to judge you other nations, man. All right. All right. Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. See, these nations are ready to get it in. They're ready to go to war. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fat overflows, for the wickedness is great. See, they're going to be all over there in that multitude. I mean, they're going to be all over there in the Middle East, and it's going to get bloody, man. It's going to be a lot of death over there. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision, man. So we're about to go into World War III. All right? World War III. And it's happening right now. Now let me just play this little clip, and I'm gonna close. Back it up all the way to the beginning. All right, and we just gonna watch a little bit of it, and I'm gonna let you see how these countries are at odds with America, and they're gonna go to war with America, man. All right, and you can see that before you get in a fight with somebody, y'all have words. All right, and you gotta look at it like this: America's having words with all these nations, and these nations are having words back, because they're not afraid of America no more. All right, so check it out. See if I can get it to play.
First high-level talks between China and the US under the Biden administration are off to a pretty confrontational start. China's top diplomat warned the US to stay out of Beijing's internal affairs, including Hong Kong and Taiwan. The US Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, says he will raise not only those issues, but also China's treatment of Uyghur Muslims.
We'll also discuss our deep concerns with actions by China, including in Xinjiang, Hong Kong, Taiwan, cyber attacks on the United States, economic coercion toward our allies. Each of these actions threaten the rules-based order that maintains global stability. That's why they're not merely internal matters, and why we feel an obligation to raise these issues here today.
Now, reporters were being ushered out of the room after each side's opening statements, but Blinken asked them to stay so he could expand on his remarks, and that prompted an angry response from the Chinese delegation.
When I entered this room, I should have reminded the U.S. side of paying attention to its tone in our respective opening remarks, but I didn't.
是因为你们采取的这种口气，所以才引起中国不得不进行反驳。
Well, the Chinese side felt compelled to make this speech because of the tone of the U.S. side.
美国今天来讲的话，好像就是美国是从战略地位出发，可以从
days, judging from what or the way that you have made your opening remarks, that it wants to speak to China in a condescending way from a position of strength.
CNN's Christy Lou Stout, following developments, joins me now live from Hong Kong. So polite and cordial start from both sides. Just kidding. Pretty extraordinary, really. What do you make of it? Jockeying public or a bad sign?
It's not a good sign. Look, this is a very important meeting. This is the very first face-to-face meeting between the Biden administration and senior Chinese officials. And in these opening remarks of a two-day strategic dialogue taking place right now in Alaska, just descended into this heated confrontation that you saw just then. It was all caught on camera. But this, I would argue, was expected because a confrontational tone was already set in the run-up to this meeting. It was set during those high-level meetings between the United States and its allies in the region, South Korea and Japan, in which U.S. officials slammed China, taking a very hardline stance, slamming its destabilizing policies in the region. A confrontational tone was also set last week, and Michael, and you and I discussed the Quad meeting that took place between the U.S., India, Japan, and Australia, four nations with very frayed relations with China. And that confrontational tone was also set when the U.S. State Department announced those sanctions on 24 Chinese officials for undermining democracy here in Hong Kong. So all this set was staged already before this meeting, but we have to watch to find out what's going to come out of it.
And to that point, so many issues with strained relationships. Is there any sort of confidence that there could be much in the way of substantive agreement, or is this really just sort of taking a stock of each other, period?
Yeah, kind of feeling each other out. Look, it doesn't look like a reset. And also from what we heard earlier today, it doesn't look like a reset with a polite tone even. The U.S. and China, they remain locked in this sort of toxic frenemy relationship, unprecedented friction between these two powerful nations on a variety of fronts that we've discussed before. Technology and trade in Taiwan, Xinjiang, Hong Kong, the coercion, economic coercion of allies, South China Sea, sovereignty disputes, the list goes on. Early on, the Biden administration did signal it would carry on with the tough on China policies championed by the Trump administration, especially in regards to trade and Xinjiang. But there's a key difference, and the key difference is at least both sides are talking. Last month, we had that phone call between Chinese President Xi Jinping and U.S. President Joe Biden. 1 month later, there is this very high-level strategic dialogue that had that rocky start on camera, those fireworks that we all witnessed there. But it's 2 days of talks on U.S. soil in Alaska taking place right now. And there are areas of cooperation, like pandemic response as well as climate change. Michael.